Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we are back on the Mauler team and we are going to continue our series on the hero breakdown. So really looking at a hero a lot of times that people are not familiar with or not used to, or a lot of questions that I get in regards to specific heroes and how well they work. This one we're actually going to break down is one of my favorite, Numisu. As you can see here, we do have him at 5 stars. We have his signature item. We have some of his furniture that we are continuing to build. So looking at the hero himself, he is a support class. He is the only support class right now that the Maulers do have. So when he got a rework, it was very, very important because again, he is the only support class when it comes to the Maulers. Very, very powerful hero, which we'll look through his skills and abilities since the rework. Very impressed with the support that he can provide. Looking first at his signature item, at the beginning of battle, he sets down an offensive totem at the center of the battlefield, which is a really, really strong, powerful item. It is a distraction, meaning that heroes that are in the back line of the enemy side will actually begin attacking this offensive totem before attacking and before killing your heroes. They will actually start attacking this totem because it is right in the center of the battlefield, meaning that it is further forward than your heroes are at the start of battle, which again is a really big distraction to take some of the initial damage off of the heroes that you have in the allied front line. So looking at the +10 ability, at the beginning of battle, Numisu sets down a rejuvenating totem behind his own team's back line. So essentially, this one comes up right in the middle of all of your heroes. As we'll look in the totems, it has a giant radius, which covers a lot of your heroes. In addition, looking at Numisu's signature item itself, Numisu does get 20 haste. Haste, of course, the most powerful attribute that we have in AFK Arena, increases the frequency of attacks. The higher frequency of attacks, the more energy you regen, the more energy, the more ultimates you're going to be able to cast. Also looking at the +20 and the +30 of the signature item, the health of the totems is increased by 40% and then 100% at +30, which is very, very vital. Because remember, if the totems die, you're going to be losing a lot of the abilities that we have in here that we'll be looking at in a minute. If the totem is dead, the abilities don't work. They don't work properly if the totems are dead, which signature item, very, very reliant on the life of the totem, as well as the furniture bonuses that we'll look at in a minute. But that is what really makes Numisu such a powerful support class, is not only the distraction of the totems, is the power that the totems themselves bring. They can tank backline heroes pretty much by themselves, which is really, really strong, especially with the additional health. They're very, very difficult to kill, and they are a distraction for other heroes. So looking here at his skills, this was really the big one. Before the rework, Numisu's ultimate ability was damage. Didn't make sense for them to have an ultimate that was damaged when he is essentially a support class. So once they did the rework to the Voodoo Blessing, choose 2 friendly heroes on a battlefield to recover a blessing restoring up to 400% of Numisu's attack power, with priority given to frontline heroes. That is also very important because if you have 2 frontline heroes, usually your tanks or tank and support or a pseudo tank, they will prioritize them getting healed first. Enemies near the allies, when they are healed, take 260% attack power worth of AoE damage. So of course your frontline heroes are going to be in the front line. Most of the time they're face to face with the enemy. So the enemy is going to be taking damage as well, AoE damage. As you can see, level 2 and level 3 recovery effects are increased to 480% of attack power. So he has a strong heal. When you get Numisu to ult, his heal does heal for a considerable amount, which a lot of people are finding the Abyssal Expedition running with Numisu, not only the totems being a distraction, but with the relics that you get in the support tree, Numisu's totems cannot die and do not die, which again is a little kind of a bug in AE. So keeping the totems up, again, is a priority. Because looking here at the rejuvenating totem, Numisu sets down a rejuvenating totem that initially heals nearby allies for a value equal up to 100% of their total attack rating. So it is their total attack rating, not Numisu's total attack rating. The totem then remains active and heals nearby allies for 3% health per second. Some heroes have 3%, 4%, even 5% regenerating per second. But remember, this is an AoE effect, meaning that multiple allies can be within this rejuvenating totem, which is very, very powerful because he can actually cast it with a large radius over multiple heroes. The rejuvenating totem can be targeted and destroyed by enemies and possesses 240% of Numisu's own health. And as you see there, heals 130% of the total attack rating value. Again, very, very powerful. This is the reason why you have to go back and you have to have his signature item. Because again, if the totems are not up, the totems are not healing, which makes them very, very ineffective because the totem's dead essentially at that point. That is why having the signature item built to really see Numisu shine, you do have to have the signature item to go with it to keep those totems up and alive. Looking at the offensive totem, place a totem of ridicule behind an enemy. When the totem is placed, deals 120% of attack power in AoE damage and mocks nearby enemies for 2 seconds, forcing them to use normal attacks against it. So similar to a taunt, what like Orvo does, it mocks the nearby enemies or taunts the nearby enemies. So the enemy will actually turn around and focus on the offensive totem, not with complete disregard for the rest of the battle. One of the big things with this is heroes, allied and enemy alike, will use alts on these totems. One of the biggest ones that we see, of course, is Belinda and other heroes that have specific AoE alts that are kind of contained within a close amount of proximity. So she will actually turn around to fight a totem, alt on the totem to kill the totem, which really, really saves all of your heroes because she's using all of her damage and her alt on a totem. The totems of Ridicule have the same defense rating as Numisu and hit points equal to 650% of his attack power. As you see, level 2, the offensive totem heals itself for 10% health per second. So if somebody is not attacking it, even if they are, it gets a pretty decent heal there. Again, playing off the 100% bonus that you're going to get from having a signature item. The level 3, the damage is increased to 150%. The damage for this really doesn't make a difference. Numisu really doesn't do very much damage, but you want the distraction of what this totem brings is really the biggest thing. But by far the most overlooked ability that Numisu brings as support is this one, the Fanaticism. Numisu buffs the ally with the highest attack power, granting them 40 haste and 20% normal attack speed for 10 seconds. As you can see, level 3 takes it to 12 seconds. So 40 haste and 20% normal attack speed buff is very, very powerful. That is an absolute insane amount of haste. As you can see, level 2, haste is increased to 50%, normal attack speed increased to 30%. So not only giving them more haste to attack faster, energy regen quicker, but now the normal attack speed is increased as well, which plays off what Sophia can do in creating synergy for the team. But this is one that allows Vert to do so much damage, Sophia do so much damage. If you've seen the Mauler account and the amount of damage that they can do, Numisu combined with Sophia is the reason why we're able to absolutely destroy campaign stages, because of how fast they attack with a haste boost and the normal attack speed boost. But to really top off Numisu being an amazing healer is his furniture. When Voodoo Blessing Ultimate Voodoo Blessing additionally heals up to 2 summoned totems. So now, putting it in perspective, we have a totem on the battlefield. It has 100% more hit points, 100% bonus based on Numisu. With that, when you use your alt, you are going to heal the totems that the enemy team is so frantically trying to destroy. You will be able to heal those totems with his ability, further increasing the survivability of the totems. Because like I said, Numisu does not work very well if you cannot keep totems up. Similar to Baden with the minions, Grez with the minions. If you cannot keep the totems up, he is not going to be half as effective as he needs to be as a support class if the totems continue to die. So looking at his 9-piece, which I cannot wait to get, Numisu's ultimate Voodoo Blessing. So just like in the first one, he additionally heals the weakest one unhealed ally as well up to 4 of his totems. So if you look at that, so now he's healing the 2 heroes. Remember his ultimate ability, he is healing the 2 friendly heroes on the battlefield, coupled with an additional heal for the weakest unhealed ally, plus 4 totems. So pretty much in most battles, you'll have multiple totems up because they kind of come up as the enemy continues to kill them. They do come up. He does resummon them kind of throughout the battle. So it'll make him very, very effective. With the 9-piece though, now you're healing 3 heroes. So you got your 2 frontline. If frontline's unavailable, he will heal other heroes, but you have a priority to your 2 frontmost heroes, and now the weakest one unhealed ally, as well as totems themselves. So that is a absolute insane amount to heal for Numisu overall. Very, very cool to see. Like I said, I feel like a lot of players really underestimate or underutilize Numisu. I've used him in a lot of different scenarios. He does incredibly well if you can keep the totems up. Maulers have always just kind of been the underdog for a majority of these, but as you can see, having him completely built, starting to get his furniture bonus, he is a hero you should definitely not underestimate, especially in AE. Like I was saying earlier, not only in AE does he get the totems up as the distraction, he can keep the totems alive because they do get the relic buffs. In addition, with his ability, putting more haste and more attack speed onto heroes that have relics in AE makes him all around a very, very high utility hero. I've seen him in a couple other situations, but in the campaign, I absolutely love him. He seems to be a big, big priority when it comes to the Mauler Tower because he is the only support class they possess at this time. So now let's take a quick look at him actually live in battle. We'll see the healing that he does, the totems and the radius. You can really judge by yourself. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at him. So here we are in the campaign stage. As you can see, we do run him pretty much right in the middle because both the offensive totem and the healing totem will come down in the middle. Looking at the radius there of the healing totem, it covers all 5 heroes, which is funny because we're fighting an enemy Numisu here. There was the ultimate ability, healed up all of our allies. But again, look, now we have a second totem set up right in the enemy side, which they actually killed right there. But we do have an offensive totem. And look at the totems that are around Numisu right here himself. He has double healing totems right on top of himself. As you can see, they are still killing the totems from the enemy side. Right now, we dropped 2 healing totems on the enemy side right there. We do have haste, it looks like, on Screg as well. On that side, look at 2 defensive totems and 2 offensive totems stacked up right there. Very, very powerful for Numisu. There it is, 50 million healing out of that. Absolutely crazy the amount of healing that he can do. So that will conclude it for Numisu. Again, let me know in the comments what you guys think if you're using Numisu. If there's anything that I missed, please let me know as well. Very, very powerful support class after the rework. Very cool to use him on the Maulers. Very impressed with the skills and abilities that he has. So again, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.